Right, Tinfoil Hat Gang, I'm super excited because a brand new UFO video just dropped. So the Ukrainian Defense Ministry... Can you see me reading the other screen? I can't remember all this. The Ukrainian Defense Ministry advisor, Serhiy Besh, I can't pronounce the name. But you can look this up. This is a real video. They just dropped it, and it looks like something fresh out of Pokemon. I'm not even kidding. This is a really strange UFO craft that was filmed exactly 1 year ago today at 800 feet. I mean, straight away, looking at it, that is the strangest looking UFO I've seen. I mean, it looks like that thing out of Pokemon, doesn't it? But the fact that we can sit here and watch this is crazy. If we watched this, me and you, a month ago, we would have been arrested for it. Because this was classified for a long time. But let's give it a watch. What? Imagine seeing this on your radar. I mean, that is so creepy, but the shape of it is really weird. Yeah, leave your comments down below what you think about that footage. It's very short. The reason why this is interesting is because other countries now are, you know, releasing their UFO videos. So we're going to see a lot more throughout the week. So if you want to stay on top of it, consider subscribing and join the Tinfoil Hat Gang. Right, so I had to run it back because I checked the comments and they said at 29 seconds an eyeball appears. Look at that. This is in the original video. That looks like an eye, doesn't it? I mean, of course, this could be man-made, but that is weird. Like, it's not there here, is it? This is at 28 seconds. Something comes out of the center of it. I don't know. That's pretty weird. So that UFO probably couldn't believe it just got caught by a typhoon jet and was looking going...
We've been spotted, boys. We've been spotted.
I wanted to show you all this video because it's so interesting. This is a real interview that happened in 1967 with two police officers in Devon in the United Kingdom after they had a UFO encounter. But the most important thing is that he gets asked to draw this UFO and it looks exactly like the UFO that just got disclosed in the UFO files, the Star UFO. I don't know. Another crazy coincidence, but just watch this.
Well, the object was likened unto a cross. Although the inner parts were something similar to the points of a compass, and they were quite blurred, the inner parts of the cross.
But it was brilliant, brilliant white, brilliant light.
How in fact did you see it? I mean, did it make any kind of noise to you?
No, there was no noise. The first time we saw it was when it was just above treetop height and ahead of us. And from then, Consul Willie just said, here we go then, and we drove off after it, if you know what I mean.
What kind of speed were you travelling at?
We were travelling very fast.
Did it make any kind of sound?
No sound that I heard at all. There was no outside noise apart from the noise of the car itself.
And the acceleration away from us was terrific. So really, we didn't get under it to hear any sound.
But you were really close enough to be absolutely certain that your eyes weren't fooling you.
Oh yes, it was just in front of us.
There was no question whatsoever that this was a figment of the imagination. It was definitely there. It was definitely either manned by some sort of being or remotely controlled. It was definitely being controlled to view our car or...
You had the feeling that it was watching you?
Definitely, yes.
Devon Police Constables Roger Willie... Don't say anything. And Clifford Waycott are interviewed about their UFO encounter on the night of the 24th October 1967 in Okehampton, Devon. The famous flying cross case. They described chasing a bright cross-shaped pulsating object at high speeds up to 90 miles an hour that accelerated away from them with no sounds. I'm taking my job here as the Tinfoil Hat Commander, right? Very serious. All right, that's some good detective work right there. But let me know your comments about it down below. I just thought it was so strange how they literally drew exactly what we saw in the declassified video. So how long these things have been flying around, who knows?
This is Saturn. What you just heard are real radio waves from Saturn, recorded by Cassini and made audible for us. Saturn seems calm, almost peaceful. But that's completely misleading. This planet has no solid ground. If you were to fly into it, there would be no point where you would land. You would simply be pulled downwards as the pressure intensifies. And it's no better on the outside. Storms with winds exceeding 1,800 kilometers per hour, some of which rage for years. At the North Pole, there's this perfect hexagon, not chaos, but a huge stable shape in the clouds, larger than Earth. To this day, no one can fully explain why it exists. Its magnetic field is also unusually uniform, almost too perfect, and that's precisely what makes it so difficult to figure out what's really happening inside. And these rings? Remnants of a moon that Saturn destroyed with its immense gravity alone. Saturn is not a peaceful planet. It is extreme, unpredictable, and deadly. And we are far from fully understanding it.
Yeah, that's not gas. That's souls, mate. Well, we've just discovered there that hell is on Saturn. Why is there a floating ball of fart going around space with a donut around it with a hexagon in the bottom? What's going on there then? What is going on there? Like, and we can see that through a microscope. We can literally zoom in and see... Microscope. Telescope, right? We can... it's all over the place. Yeah.
Well, it looks like real hair. So this doll was bald.
Like it had like really short hair, and now its hair's like really long. Mama. And like,
there's a spirit.
and we just put hair gel in it, like a little bit.
Okay, well take Chucky and go, please. Okay, so update on this baby, because somebody commented and said the gel and the hairbrushing probably pulled the hair up through the skull. But keep in mind, her hair was like this, okay? There's no way that this much got pulled up. So I'm gonna hold her and I'm gonna pull on her hair. And like, you can see I'm pulling, nothing is coming up any further. I'm gonna pull her hair literally out. There's like quite literally nothing.
See, there's so much going on, man. We've got toy babies growing hair. We've got trees literally moving closer together. We've got UFOs disclosure happening. We got this flipping hantavirus going on. It's never ending, isn't it? I don't know. Go and talk to the tree, mate, because they're going to have a better idea than us at this rate. Because I would just dunk it in some holy water and get rid of it. Because that you might be in Chucky 4, mate, if you keep having that thing knocking about the house. You know, it's all laughing and giggling, isn't it? Until that doll starts laughing and giggling. What are you going to do then, mate?
As a black screen. Keep going. Alright, black screen now. Now, as soon as I do that, I don't know if you can see in the camera, but let me unlock it. Alright, home screen. You see that right there by the camera? You see that? Look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that, though. If you see that, and like, let me go YouTube. Let's play, first thing, Blue Ivy. But you see that right there? You see that blink, 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 right? That's in my face, though. Now look how...
Well, they kind of gave it away in the name. It's called an iPhone. You know, you can't make it up, can you? Literally, the logo of Apple is the half-eaten apple, like the forbidden fruit. You know, one person said to me that our devices is a portal to hell. And it is. I believe that. You know, I had a flip phone last year. I was the only YouTuber with a Nokia flip phone. I had to do an upgrade, all right? And this is why you can talk about... oh, the dishwasher's broke, babe. We need a new dishwasher, babe. And then you go on your phone, bang, dishwasher ad.
I could argue in the developed countries, the big winners are countries that have shrinking populations.
You do not even have to have elections anymore because you can already predict, and afterwards you can say, why do we need elections? because we know what the result will be.
Our primary mission is, in fact, to set a global standard for the world for behavior.
What we are very proud of now is the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, is that we penetrate the cabinets.
You want the function, you want the service, right? Why do you want to own a cell phone if you can just lease it? And if you lease, why shouldn't you lease your refrigerator or your washing machine or your dishwasher, or why do you want to own it?
I propose putting an end to anonymity on social media.
If 1 billion people stop eating meat, I tell you it has a big impact.
Can you imagine that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains? And we measure your brain waves.
There's some really interesting research that we can plant false memories in the brain. People believing that they've been at Disney World with characters who are not Disney characters, taking photographs with those characters.
And substituting humans for machines is going to be far easier in those countries that have declining populations.
Where do these people find their, like, how do they get these positions? Do they just find an application form in a lucky dip? And this stuff we don't even hear about. But these people actually decide what we're going to do and what direction we're going to go. These people actually put rules in place, and they're saying that. We got literally... They're not called elite. They're just evil. I need to get a crow, man. I really do. They say if you feed a crow, your family will be safe for a generation. Yeah, how's he going to do that then? How do you do that? Yeah, I need to get a crow. There's a couple flying around outside my house. I'm going to start feeding them, I think. I'm going to adopt one if I can and call him Ben Crowson. He could be my little companion that sits on my shoulder. That would be a pretty good idea, I think. Let me know down below. So apparently, if you're good to crows and you're nice to them, right, give them biscuits, they remember it and they communicate with each other and basically tell each other that you are safe and that you feed them.
Oh, she don't like this one. Wasn't expecting that. Dang, big mama. Is there something in here? We rebuke it, Kai Kai. We rebuke it. She said, Yeah. Yeah. The toilet?
That's where you and Dad sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry, but I got to tell you what I just thought then. I 100% think that kids can probably see stuff we can't. I would trust it, all right? If I open the door and my little kid was kicking off like that, I'd probably think, yeah, probably shouldn't stay here. But imagine that, if they went upstairs, and they opened up the bathroom toilet, and it was just a little demon sat on the toilet, just like...
Sorry about this, I've got really bad stomach. I had some bad pizza last night. It's killing me. All right, I got some bum gravy, all right? So I'm really sorry, I will leave in a bit.
What?
Close it. I'll pull out bed.
This reminds me of my twin brother. He used to always pick up on weird stuff in the house when we were growing up, and we shared room. We slept in bunk beds, and he would just wake up in the night. I'm asleep, and he would just wake up and go,
Ben, I think there's someone at the end of the bed. You're having a laugh, ain't you?
You know, it's pitch black, mate. And you hear that? There's someone stood at the end of the bed. Tell you what, I built up some resilience sleeping, in the same room as my brother. But I just wanted to say as well, thank you so much to everyone who went over and showed Sam's support. It's always my S's. He was so overwhelmed by all the love. Even I was. I went to church last night and I came out and I checked my phone, And I was absolutely blown away by the love and support you all showed for my brother. That you all went over there, wrote him a lovely comment, and it just means so much to me, because it's a lot of you guessed it, that Sam's been quite stressed out. I know a lot of you have noticed it, and we didn't talk about it for a while, but yeah, it has got to him a bit, especially him not getting the plaque, and it's very stressful for him. So I'm really, really happy, and I'm so honored to be a part of this community and be the head of this community. And like, I just feel so proud of you all, honestly, to be a part of it. And I'm just so grateful for all the love and support you showed my brother. Honestly, it made me quite emotional reading the messages, because it's just, I feel like I don't deserve you guys. I don't. You guys are really good people, and the fact that you want to help me this much and help my brother this much, it's mind-blowing. Yeah, I'm just wanted to say thank you so much. It's truly incredible, all of you.
The secret is in silence, and that's why they don't want you to have any. Have you ever thought about why there are radios in cars? Why do we need to listen to talk shows or music in the car? Why do we need to have Bluetooth to connect to our cars to play music? It's because they don't want us to think. Think about it. We think best in silence. Have you ever gotten lost while driving your car? What's the first thing you do? You turn the radio volume down. Why? So you can think. There's music everywhere. Why is there music in a doctor's office? Why is there music in a grocery store? Is it so we can't think or don't think, and we don't realize what we're putting in our carts is not food? There's so many different places where there's music or TVs. You're pumping gas at a gas station. Why does there need to be a music or a TV blasting advertisements? Because the goal is, when there's noise, you can't think effectively. So what happens when there's silence? Introspection. You can think about a lot of things, of what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, what's good, what needs to change. But if there's a constant bombardment of noise, you can't think properly, or you don't think at all. When you think of people having eureka moments, when people get ideas, usually when do you hear that happening? It's a lot of times when they're in the shower. Not playing music, the only thing they hear is the water hitting the ground. Or they're in a tub and they don't hear anything. Why? Because that's the time where your mind can actually process, your mind can work problems out with you thinking about it and with you not thinking about it. But your mind needs silence in order to optimize its capabilities. That's why there's music and there's TVs and places that it doesn't need to be, that don't make sense. But if you only had the silence to think about why it doesn't make sense, be in silence. It doesn't need to be a TV on in the background. They have us thinking silence is awkward. Oh, there is an awkward silence. Silence isn't awkward, because during that silence, people are thinking. But you believe silence is awkward.
See, if you were to put that with movement, silence and movement, right, is so good, especially for me. Like this morning, I went out for a walk in the forest, no headphones, just me, and I sat under this tree on a tree stump for like 20 minutes, just processing everything. That's why I think mobile phones are always ding, ding. I have my phone on silent all the time. Ding, 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 ding. Like, if you try and sit down and have a conversation with someone, there's always something to distract you. Notification, email, text message, social media alerts, news alerts, TV, whatever it is, right? You even got Amazon, the Alexa kicking off in the background going, did you say something? You know, it's always something that's happening.
A 26-year-old put up ads on the New York subways telling parents to have their best baby. His company scores embryos for $8,900. The founder's name is Kian Sadeghi. His company is called Nucleus Genomics, and his site is called pickyourbaby.com. It ranks over 2,000 traits: height, IQ, disease risk, eye color. The ads went up in November. The subway copy was "Have your best baby," and "These babies have great genes." Sales are up 1,700%. Top IVF clinics won't touch this. They said that the IQ predictions aren't real. The science isn't there yet. that's the loudest signal in the room right now. Thinking more about it, the technology really isn't what's the scariest part. It's the normalization. Think about the future. Parents at private schools talking about what donors maximize what, a catalog, a checkout page, a comparison matrix for a baby.
See, you know how people have like designer clothes, designer bags, designer dogs, you know, that it's like to have the luxurious designer thing. Maybe in the future it'll be like having a designer baby, you know, that with all the best, you know, like the most expensive features and stuff. Something straight out of a horror film, you know. I think that probably it's not impossible, is it? And the way the world's going, it might happen one day. People literally just buying babies, like buying a designer handbag. They just say, oh, look at this, you know. It's crazy though, super wrong, super weird, man. If I, like I say many times, if we could just go back in a time machine to a simple life, I would do it. So once again, thank you all to everyone who went over and showed my brother love. Yeah, even my family were contacting me saying how amazing this community is, saying like everyone's blown away, even me, just by the messages and the amount of people that went over and are like uplifting my brother. And it's just, I really feel like we have the best community. Tinfoil Hat Gang, you did, honestly, you made me so proud last night. You made me so proud, and I'm proud of all of you already, but I've never, like, you know, I really called on you last night and you did not disappoint. You didn't just go over and watch his video, and you know, you went over there and also took time out of your day to message him, write lovely messages to support him, you know. So just thank you all so much. And yeah, it was an emotional evening for me yesterday, because I come back after church and was reading all the messages, and I'm just so proud of all of you. So thank you so much, and I'm just so proud that you all have put me in this position. Like, you know, it was funny, like the Tinfoil Hat Commanders sent us here, you know, stuff like that. It's just, I'm so honoured to be doing this and to have you all. I wanted to go back to similar to what that lady was saying, the guy was saying about being still and being in peace. And I just wanted to talk to anyone here that suffers with overthinking. I think all of us do. I do. But, you know, overthinking is just being trapped in a memory on repeat and thinking, what could I have done? You're thinking of that perfect outcome. You're thinking of that perfect outcome of that situation. But if you don't know what the right thing is to do yet, and if you're overthinking about a situation, the only answer is peace. Because you won't always find that answer. The answer to overthinking is clarity. That's what we want. We want to be freed from that overthinking. But the only thing that brings you clarity is peace, letting go. So if you ever find that, don't give in and try and think, and it's just thinking of thoughts. You need to stop, have peace, and try and let go, because that's the only thing that can bring us clarity is peace, you know. So I hope that helps you. If you're an overthinker, I'm an overthinker, most of us are. Whatever anxious thought you have in your head isn't reality, and you think of outcomes. You're not a time traveler. You can't predict the future, and 90% of the time our anxiety is wrong. It really is. So if you can't control something, accept it and try and let it go, because sometimes we love the idea of something more than what it really is, and sometimes that is people as well. That UFO video was mental, wasn't it? And we're going to be getting more throughout the week. We're going to get tons of more UFO videos. So yeah, it's going to be a crazy week. It really is, for all of us Tinfoil Hat Gang. And I've got an absolute ton of messages about the merch. The company that helping me make it, they emailed me. It's on the way to my place. I'm going to check it all first, because I could release it now. I could, but I want to check that everything is good. All right? I'm taking this serious. If I'm going to sell merch to all of you who I love, it needs to be good. It doesn't need to be good. It needs to be great. And that's the only time and then once it's great and I'm happy with everything, it will be released. But don't worry, I will announce it. All right? But it is an honor to do this. It is an honor to be a part of this community. It is an honor to be, you know, I'm just blown away by it. And I thank God all the time for all of you, and I pray for all of you, and oh man, it's crazy to wrap my head around it, to be a part of your lives, and the fact that all of you have such a respect for me, and it's just, yeah, it's just, you make me feel like I matter, and I have a purpose. So thank you for that. I really, really do mean that. And thank you for showing love to my brother, because I would, if I could, I would give my life for my brother like that. Oh, there's nothing I wouldn't do for my brother. So the fact that you all went there to show him love means the world to me. So thank you. And I look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. I'll see you then.